Good afternoon, Boomi fans, and welcome back to sweltering hot Dallas, Texas. We are here midway through day one of our 2 days of coverage at Boomi World 2025. My name is Savannah Peterson. Very excited to be joined by this power-packed panel sitting next to me. Taline, Nitin, and Ram, thank you so much for coming to hang out today. Very exciting week for everyone. Big party. We were just joking how we're all Boomi fans here. We are all Boomi fans, something we all have in common. But Taline, I want to open with you because you've recently joined Boomi, just 90 days here on the squad. Welcome, we're happy you're here.
Thank you.
What has your first 90 days been like at this lovely company?
What can I say? It's been fast and furious. It's been like, quick learning curve, but it's such an exciting time to be part of Boomi with the investments that we're making across our platform, across AI, data management, APIM. It's really, where the company was a year ago compared to now is just, it's wild how much we've scaled and grown, and so I feel like I've just landed here just as we've expanded our platform, and I think I'm learning along with many others here at Boomi, and it's just been really fun and an amazing partner ecosystem we have that we work with. So really fun to just get to know all of our partners as well.
I think you absolutely nailed it. It's been fun. I have a question I ask our guests at the end of every interview, which I won't spoil for you now, but we get to tie back and see how much has changed over the course of the year, the next year, and this year is absolutely mad. Yeah. Last year when we were here, we were literally defining RAG for the first time, and we were calling agents AI chatbots. Yeah. Like that was pretty mortifying. When I went to rewatch the footage, I'm like, oh, cringe. Gosh, we feel so antiquated right now. But it's reflective of the velocity of innovation right now. I mean, and we were just talking, this collaboration hasn't been going on that long. You're all meeting new people, moving at the speed of light. It's a really important thing. Nitin, I'm going to go to you next. Talk to me a little bit about how you are adapting your strategies to keep up with the pace of innovation right now.
Oh, so again, right, just to give a quick background, right, from PowerSecure standpoint, right, we are at the intersection of utilities and manufacturing, right? And both those industries are being disrupted by a lot of factors, right? We talk about sustainability, we talk about environmental regulations, right? They're driving need for innovative products, right? Our customers are asking us to help them in that transition towards cleaner, greener solutions, right? So that affects what we provide them as solutions. That affects how we build our own solutions, right? AI, we were just talking about it, right? AI, IoT, data analytics, right? Things that seem like so in the past have already transformed the entire utility space, manufacturing space. When it comes to self-healing grids, right? System stability has gone up. We have operational efficiency, right? Our operations are more efficient. But then Gen AI, what you used to call chatbots, now AI agents, right, are going to drive that next level of disruption, right? And then for us, it's how do we figure out how to leverage that in our products and in our own processes. That's going to be the key factor that separates us from our competition, right? And then obviously customer needs are changing, right? Customer needs are changing, and then again, as customer needs are changing, we have to be more receptive, we have to respond faster. There's need for agility. That then also impacts our manufacturing processes, right? How do we design our products and our manufacturing process support that? So all of that combined affects how we look at this changes in our environment, right? Innovation, for instance, right? It's such a key word here, and it's one of our 4 core values that we have at PowerSecure, right? Part of the Southern company. Innovation. Innovation inherently has risk, right? And we like to do it with a risk-adjusted way of trying from, starting with the tier 4, tier 3, tier 4 applications and going in, right? So that becomes really important, creating that environment, having technology, emerging technology, and Boomi is a great example, right? When it comes with the foundational blocks of building that, having that technology to build that platform, and then having partners to help support that, right? So it's a mix of all these things that's helping us support that growth. It's not one thing, it's all of these things coming into play together, our people, these technologies that the vendors that we work with, and then partners that help us get there.
Well, no wonder we're having this conversation with the integration OGs at their biggest event ever. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. What you're talking about there, and I think is really important, is all of this is happening at the same time. Not only are you transforming your community and your customer businesses, you're doing it internally at the same time to try and keep up. It's such a dynamic time. I feel like there's so many moving pieces. Ram, I'm curious for you, lots of moving pieces on the Infosys side as well. How are you guys keeping up, and what's your strategy, and how often are you talking with partners?
So as Infosys, I think we are working with a lot of clients, and Infosys being one of the largest Boomi partner. So we are working with clients like PowerSecure, wherein it's not about bringing in technology, which is maybe a shiny toy, but trying to enable technology to make sure that we are delivering value to clients like PowerSecure so that they can go to their end clients and show the outcomes. So as a part of this whole journey, we talk about a customer-centric mindset. So wherein we keep customer at the center, make sure the technology, what we are bringing in, it's not like just for the sake of technology, but want to align with what the client wants to do, their business strategy, and make sure we are also working with them to get the feedback. There is a feedback loop happening. And then we are ready to more of an experimentation approach, wherein we listen to the customer, make sure, we are, for example, bringing in Boomi, are you able to get the real benefits and outcomes you wish to have to your end clients? And then we are ready to pivot, right? So we are always like
like always on your toes, always ready to move around. I know, I totally, I absolutely feel that.
We work with the customers with a more of a fail fast, right? Maybe we fail, but we learn from it.
Experiment fast.
Experiment fast.
Yeah. So, go ahead, Nitin. I feel like you've got it. Because your eyes just lit up. Let's go.
The fail fast, right? I think that's again a big part of our culture, right? It is how do we have the key components in place for try out new things so that we can determine if that is something that works, right? So failing fast, right? And failing in the right way so that Boomi, for instance, or Infosys, that gives us those capabilities to try out new things without disrupting our core technology, right? And that's
right, without breaking the whole system or exposing a bunch of customer data or whatever that might be. No, I mean, there's a lot of complexity. I've been talking a lot about CUBE, about the curiosity quotient. Are you curious enough to keep experimenting and playing and be comfortable with the fact that like learning a new hobby or a sport, you're going to fall on your face a couple times and do that in a padded environment instead of, on concrete. I feel like it's really important. I had a question actually I'd love to ask the three of you. What are some of the best practices that you're seeing in the companies that are being successful, both on their integration journey, but in general, just adopting the technology that we're embarking on right now? I mean, it's pretty complex. Taline, I'll start with you just because you're right next to me. Yeah.
Yeah, I think, I think the companies that are really embracing AI are really the ones that are going to be successful long term and outlive the others that maybe are a bit more apprehensive or scared to. I think we're seeing with this acceleration of AI, data and data management are becoming more and more at the forefront of what's critical to make sure. So that's why at Boomi we're expanding the platform beyond integration. We're thinking about data management, then we're thinking about AI and how we can enable our customers to really ensure that they have a good data strategy, that their data is not living in siloed systems, that they've got good data hygiene that's feeding their AI strategy and getting them AI ready, and that's really what's going to set them up for success long term. So I think really allowing our customers to think more broadly across our platform rather than just integration and the connection of system to system. How are they thinking more broadly about their data and their AI strategy for their long-term success?
Yeah, and that business outcome.
Yeah.
I mean, I think sometimes we're kind of in this like Portlandia, put a bird on it, put an AI on it, put an agent on it era, which is fine if you're prototyping and experimenting, but it's not necessarily the right way to apply this technology to realize ROI and the benefits thereof. Nitin, I'll come back to you then. What are some of the advice and best practices that you're offering?
So I think again, right, going back to Boomi, right, there are these breadth of capabilities, right? So, but from an organization, right, it's really important for us to figure out that strategic alignment, right? What can we do now? What is that incremental value that we're delivering, right? Because business is going to ask these questions about, okay, what's the value of this, right? If we say something's going to take 3 years, it's not really the pace at which organizations are moving right now, right? So
yeah, we're moving in months and days.
Days,
I mean, it's wild how much
right?
the innovation curve is accelerating.
Yeah, so and that's exactly what we are trying to do, right? Is first try to figure out that strategic alignment with our projects and initiatives, right? There has to be that alignment with the roadmap, but again, what can we do incrementally to start showing that business value now, right?
Yeah.
That is key in today's, right? So that is something that's helping us, right? Is showing that immediate value, building incremental steps to lay the foundation, and then be able to leverage it. Like you said, we cannot build a chatbot in isolation that is not integrated across the organization, and then it just sits. It doesn't do anything. It's a shiny toy. It's really pretty, but that's what it is, right? So having that strategic alignment is really important.
I think that's great advice, Nitin. I love that. Ram, what about you?
Yeah, so from a partner perspective, we work with the different clients, and then the first thing is the problem solving, because we see different kinds of problems, right? Yes. So the first is the problem solving mindset, and also from an integration perspective, integration is kind of the glue, right? If you look at integration, has been there for a long time. It's
and the critical
B2B,
glue that not everyone's always talking about, but it's such.
Yeah,
such a foundational principle to making this all work. Otherwise, your data's messy, everything's in a silo, who knows?
Exactly. Yeah. But it has evolved over the period of time. We have B2B, we have API, we have application to application. But one thing I like about platforms like Boomi is they're also evolving. So now we are moving to the AI era, wherein integration is going to be key, right? So now we were talking about how do we connect applications, and now we are maybe talking about how do we connect two agents together, right? So that's, I think I like Boomi's vision of how do we take the core basic integration and kind of evolve with the industry and then apply it to the AI era of maybe talking with, I think they talked about MCP server. So that's, I would say that's the middleware for AI, wherein how can I bring in all the tools, resources together, and I think Boomi will play a major role, and also beyond that, how can I talk to different agents, because there could be slew of agents going to be there.
There's going to be millions of them out there.
Millions of agents. And within the enterprise, we could imagine maybe your finance department can have one agent, your HR department can one agent, but how do they talk seamlessly, right? So I think this whole mindset of connecting anything to anything is the key notion behind platforms like Boomi.
Yeah, you really just nailed it there, Ram. I think you just summarized that, first of all, perfectly. That was like a Boomi commercial. Yeah. But genuinely, because I mean, data is the foundation of what will make AI valuable to any company, and if it's not integrated in a way that's easy to use and easy to govern and easy to keep an eye on and balance what's going on, it's not going to do anything for you. It's really just going to be a waste of money, and a horribly unsustainable waste of money. To come back to your earlier point, I think that's so important. I love that you brought that up. Okay, I have one final question for the three of you, and this is going to be fun. So when we're hanging out at Boomi World 2026, because y'all have done too good today not to come back next year, what do you hope to be able to say then that you can't yet say today? Ram, I'll start with you and we'll work our way back.
I will think maybe Boomi 2026, I think, I say everybody will have an AI assistant or an AI agent to themselves, which we can
I'm so here for it. There are so many things I do not need to be doing in my daily life.
Right? Robots.
Yes,
so robots, and we could be more productive, and we can do more things in life.
Yes, Ram, yes. What about you, Nitin?
Yeah, so I think on a daily basis, right, I hear from my customers, which is the organization, right, about how cumbersome some of these tasks are in the day-to-day, right? Tasks that in today's world do not need to be cumbersome, but because of how applications are designed, right? And we're not going away from applications. But with Boomi, what I'm hoping next year when I come back, I can say those same customers don't have that challenge anymore. Their day-to-day life has greatly become more efficient because how we can leverage Boomi. Even while we have these disparate applications, these chatbots, their life has improved. They are seeing efficiency in the day-to-day. That's what I'm hoping I can come back and say next year.
I love that. I can't wait to tell that story with you again next year. All right, Taline, what about you?
So, I think you mentioned Boomi being the integration OG, and that's traditionally what people know us as. but I really hope that next year, we've achieved our goal of being considered the one-stop shop for the AI-driven enterprise. Being able to really support our customers beyond integration, integration being the foundational layer, to drive the innovation and the efficiency that our customers seek and desire. Steve Lucas, our CEO, stood on stage today and said, AI is going to make us all superhuman. And so how do we as Boomi support our clients with our partners in driving that efficiency and that superhuman for our customers?
Oh, I love that. And I love that you brought that up too. I love that we're evolving the Boomi story and going more broad and control tower orchestration. There's a lot of really exciting things happening. Thank you all for coming to chat. This has been actually quite fun.
Yes, it has.
This has been lovely. And thank all of you for tuning in wherever you may be on this beautiful day. We're here in Dallas, Texas at Boomi World 2025. My name is Savannah Peterson. You're watching theCUBE, the leading source for enterprise tech news.